Next in the news are National Water Awards. Why is it in news and how you can use in the examination. Here you have to see not purely in terms of what are the awards and who got the awards, but you have to see what is the purpose of instituting this award and how you can use in the mains examination related to water management and water conservation related efforts by the government of India. So in that context you have to see, for this purpose we have taken National Water Awards news. Here news is Ministry of Jal Shakti is awarding National Water Awards. This is third time. For the first time it was awarded in 2018. Here you have to see the departments and ministries. Ministry of Jal Shakti, and it is related to Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. So this department and under this ministry is awarding National Water Awards. Now, who issued the awards? Ministry of Jal Shakti is giving 57 awards to states, individuals in 11 different categories. Here you have to see under which categories. So these are the efforts undertaken by the government of India to promote water conservation. So in the context of growing climate change, global warming and scarcity of water and increasing the drought prone areas, you have to see what are the efforts taken by the government of India in order to promote water conservation. So in that context you can use Government of India has instituted National Water Awards as well. So under this it is encouraging by having different categories like best state and best district, best village panchayat and best urban local body and so on. So different kinds of stakeholders are involved in water management. So Government of India is encouraging different stakeholders to promote water conservation. So here you have to see NGOs are also included, CSR activities of companies also being part of national water conservation movement. So these are the various issues you have to see in these dimensions. So you need not to worry about exactly the name of award and other aspects, the factual part, but you have to see the analytical aspect, why it is they are giving and in what context you can use in the examination. Now, purpose of the awards. Here you can see, while India has around 18% of world population, it has only 4% of world's renewable water resources. It shows the kind of stress India is in with respect to water management or conservation of water. So water is very essential for life, but 18% of world population, still we have only less than 5% of world's renewable water resources. The awards are given to motivate individuals, organizations who are doing commendable work in the field of water resource conservation and management in attaining government's vision of Jal Samruddhi Bharat. So here this is important. Here these things you can use: Jal Samruddhi Bharat, water resource conservation and management, and you can compare world's population and what is the share of India's renewable water resources when we compare with world level. You can use in essay also, you can use in mains answer writing. If geography optional students also can write if there is a question related to water management. Purpose of the awards is continuing. It strives to create awareness among the people about the importance of water and motivate them to adopt best water usage practices. National Water Awards have provided a good opportunity to startups as well as leading organizations to engage with senior policy makers on how to adopt the best water resource management practices in India. So these are other important aspects which you can quote. Who performed better in this particular awards? The best category, best state category UP and awarded first prize, followed by Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. Here not only about best state, here you can see best state, best district, best village panchayats. So CSR activities, companies are also included. So here you will see different categories. Total you will find 57 such kind of categories. Village panchayats, urban local bodies, media, schools, best industry, best NGO, best water. So these are various stakeholders. So while you are writing mains answer also, multi-stakeholder approach is required for water conservation. So in that context, you can use the data which is provided here in this. Next news is about Target Olympic Podium Scheme. So why it is important? One is recently one award, and related to sports also one question is asked, and other aspect is you can use these schemes and other developments. You can use in essay also, you can use in mains answer writing also, you can use in wherever it is relevant for the examination. So why is it in news? The Sports Ministry's Mission Olympic Cell has approved the inclusion of alpine skiing athlete MD Arif Khan in the Target Olympic Podium Scheme core group until the Winter Olympics scheduled this February in Beijing, China. In this context, this news is given. So here, this is a continuation of previous news also. In December, India inducted 148 athletes, including 20 new, in first list of tops athletes for 2024 games. So you have to see the sequence. For that sequence, now once again this news is emerged in January. Is it important for UPSC? So next question comes, if there is anything related to Olympic sports, is it important for UPSC exam? In 2014, there was an essay, 50 golds in Olympics. Can this be a reality for India? So this was the essay asked in 2014. Now you can see those who are interested in writing essays in sports, this kind of schemes and what are the efforts taken by the government will help you or become handy for you to write best answer. So this is another important aspect. Now we see what is this scheme is about. This scheme was launched in 2014 in order to improve India's performance at Olympics and Paralympics. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports started the Target Olympic Podium Scheme. Here whenever there is a scheme, always try to get some kind of eye on what ministry it is giving. So this is, you will find many previous year prelims questions on any particular award or any particular scheme, which ministry that particular scheme is coming under which particular ministry. So that is why the top scheme is related to Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Now it includes, what is the purpose of this scheme? To give foreign training, international competition, equipment and coaching camp, besides a monthly stipend of. So it is giving training facilities and also financial support to the athletes so that they can perform better in the coming Olympics. Under this context, you have to see this particular scheme. It was particularly launched for India's Olympic medal dream at the 2016 Rio and 2020 Tokyo Olympics. In that context, in 2014, this scheme was launched and efforts are taken by the government of India to encourage athletes and sports people to get medals in the Olympics. The scheme has been extending all support to probable athletes identified for Tokyo. Initially it was established for eyeing 2016 and 20 Tokyo. Now it is extending to the next Olympics as well. Los Angeles Olympics and Paris Olympics also, this scheme is being extended. High priority category of sports discipline has been identified to put more focus to get medals. In India, some sports are performing better. That is why Government of India has categorized some sector as high priority category of sports, and it is particularly focused on these sports. Some of these are like athletics, badminton, hockey, shooting, tennis, which are having the high probability of scoring or getting more medals in the sports. That is about related to sports. Next scheme is about pilgrimage rejuvenation and spiritual heritage augmentation drive, or Prashad scheme. Now we see what is Prashad scheme and why is it in news. It is in news. Union Tourism Minister Shri G. Kishan Reddy virtually inaugurates Prashad projects at Govardhan Madura in UP. So in that context, we have to see what is Prashad and how you can use in the examination. Here it is in news that the project for development of Govardhan Madura was approved with cost of 39 crore in January 2019. That completed now. Union Minister opened that particular project. The components like multi-level car, stand block, clock room, so different facilities are provided to promote tourism in Madura region. Here you will see some of the images under this scheme. These are the buildings constructed under this scheme. About this scheme, it was launched in the year 14 and 15. It is a central sector scheme. Here you have to see this particular term. Central sector scheme means 100% funds are given by the center. State just need to take the funds and develop the particular project. Complete financial assistance by the government of India. Prasad, pilgrimage. So prasad means the definition. What is the full form of prasad? This is the portal of prasad. So you have to see prasad scheme coming under Ministry of Tourism. This is important with respect to prelims. When it comes to mains, you can use in smart cities, in urban development and in tourism development. It focuses on developing and identifying pilgrimage sites across India for enriching the religious tourism experience. The growth of domestic tourism hugely depends on pilgrimage sector. In India, there are so many pilgrimage centers and it directly and indirectly providing a lot of employment to the people. So these have direct and multiplier effect upon employment generation and economic development. If a particular pilgrimage center is developed and surrounding area gets automatically developed, it will have multiplier effect and it will have indirect employment generation. But facilities of this pilgrimage center should be good so that it will attract more tourists. More tourists means more economic development and more benefits for the people who are settling near this pilgrimage center. Here, just to give how state and center is coordinating. State government and state implementing agencies on one hand and Ministry of Tourism. So states will have they plan the project and they design the project and they try to implement, and Ministry of Tourism they monitor it and finally release the funds under this scheme. It is a central sector scheme, so 100% funds will be given to the particular project. Some of the prasad sites, that means some of the pilgrimage centers which are undertaken under this scheme. Here you can see from different parts of the country across India, different important cities are taken under prasad scheme. Like Amaravati, Srisailam, Kamakhya, Patna, Gaya, Bihar, Gujarat, you will find Jammu Kashmir, Jharkhand, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh. Different states are covered under this particular scheme. When it comes to examination, here this scheme and developments under this scheme you can use in if there is any question related to smart cities development or urbanization or tourism. In 2014 there was an essay, tourism, can this be the next big thing for India? In that context, if tourism had to be promoted in India, it is not only to attract domestic tourists but it can attract foreign tourists as well if pilgrimage center is having good facilities. You have to see in this context. Next news is about science and tech related. It is a star with a heartbeat and without a magnetic field discovered. Here you have to see why it is in news. Here a group of Indian and international scientists have spotted a peculiar binary star. Here you have to see binary star that shows heartbeat but no pulsations, contrary to the norm of binary stars of sporting both heartbeats as well as pulsations. Here you have to see what is pulsation and heartbeats. What is binary star? It is a system of two stars in which one star revolves around the other or both revolve around a common center. So if there are two stars, they rotate each other, or both stars may rotate against a great mass. This is binary star, two stars. Here this is another example. Here two type of stars rotating. This star, why is it in news mean? This star, particular this number, located in the Cancer constellation, it is close to the Earth, one of the closest to open star clusters on the of the Earth. In this particular star is identified. This has a peculiar feature. The name heartbeat stems from the resemblance of the path of the star. It is the path of the star. The path of the star is resembling the heartbeat path. So this kind of path it is there. That is why heartbeat name, a star with a heartbeat, that is the path it travels. Without magnetic field means, here you will see whenever these two stars come close, lot of brightness increases in that particular event. But in this context, there is no such kind of brightness. that is giving a new clues, or it has created interest in the scientific community. When the stars are at closest passes of binary system, a sudden increase in integrated brightness is observed. Stars means they have the ability to glow automatically. Comparing with the planets and stars, what is the difference between stars and planets? Planets do not have self glowing capability, but stars do have that. When two stars come together, brightness increases. As the component move apart, when they go apart, the light variation falls and finally become flat. There will not be any brightness, indicating that combined flux is reduced, resulting in alternating peaks and troughs in their light curve. So when there is light curve, one time high light and other time less, and sometime flat and sometime. So this is called pulsation. But this kind of observation is not appeared in this particular binary star. In this case, it is the first member of heartbeat systems which following the heartbeat path. The stars does not show any pulsational or vibrational activity in their closest approach. Even two stars come together, this pulse did not appear. So it is raising the questions in the scientific community. What would have been the reason? Generally, here every star do have that magnetic field. Because of magnetic field, this kind of black spots do appear on the stars. It is the sun is having black spots because of this magnetic field. The discovery of vital importance for the study of not being homogeneous due to spots in non-magnetic stars, and to investigate the origin of pulsational variability. So now community got new evidence that there are some stars which are not giving pulsation. That means magnetic field comparing with the sun like stars is less. Now scientific community has to do research what is not causing those pulsations. Any dark spots on this particular star may have different and unknown origin. If there is any dark spot on sun, that means there is a magnetic field. But in this particular star, it is not magnetic field. There is some kind of other reason. So what is that other reason? So it is giving interest for the scientific community to find what could be the other reason and what is the chemical composition of these particular stars, compared to sunspots which are created by strong magnetic field. The research has been the result of, here you have to see which kind of organizations and involved in this. Nainital in India, Cape Survey, South Africa, one of the longest ground-based surveys to search and study pulsational variability in a sample of chemically peculiar stars, which was initiated about 2 decades ago by astronomers of ARIES. It is important, this organization, it is located in India. Now we will see what is ARIES. And South African Astronomical Observatory, Cape Town. Here ARIES means Aryabhatta Research Institute of Observational Sciences. Short form ARIES. It is located in Nainital, Uttarakhand. Here you can see the image of this particular organization. This organization is involving, this institute is involving in studying the universe related phenomena. So these are different news aspects that we cover in this video. Thank you.